Got a real steel. Real steel. Yeah, this is a real steel Huginn. Linen micarta, White Mountain Knives exclusive. Okay. I'm a fan of real steel. I like them. And I like their schematics. Like they bring the schematics to the table. Here they are. Yep. Pretty cool. I like how they break down their knife like that. I mean, unless there's something odd about the knife, I don't really look at them anymore because it's pretty standard stuff, but I do like how they do that. Like if you're just getting into them, it could be overwhelming, but when you have something like that, you can reference. It's pretty handy. Comes with these great cleaning cloths. Definitely bought this knife on the secondary market. It was represented as new, never carried. So let's take a look at that first. Normally, you would see some wear here from going in and out of a pocket. You might see some scratching on the pocket clip. I don't know why, but pocket clips pick it up really quick. And then possibly the pivots. And I don't see any indication that this thing's ever been touched at all, to be honest. Let's check the blade. Yeah, I mean, that's a factory edge. This thing hasn't been cut or touched or scratched or anything. It's got the little, what is it, a dung beetle or whatever, VG10 steel, and then it's got some designer information, Ivan Bragnet's design. And I think Ivan Bragnet's is the dung beetle or whatever. I shouldn't call it a dung beetle because I don't know, but supposedly it's a beetle. I always thought it was like a elk or a pronghorn sheep mount, but somebody said no, it's a beetle. I don't know. Maybe they're messing with me. What do I know? Pocket clip's got good tension. Yeah, so this is one of those that the thumb flick works wonderfully. The axis lock, I say axis lock. I don't know what they call it. I guess I should find out what they're calling their plunge lock here. Axis lock, plunge lock, slide lock. I mean, there's so many names for it, and it's exactly the same thing for everybody. But I digress. I shouldn't be so cynical about it. Everybody wants to have their own thing, and I don't know how much of that is because if one company's call it a slide lock, you got to call it a plunge lock because you can't call it the same thing. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. It avoids infringement or something. I don't know, man. Um, but I do want to find out what they call it. So let me do that. Okay, it just says it's a slide lock. It's a slide lock. I did notice some rock in it, so before we go any further, I do want to kind of address that rock. Let me see what I can do here. Yeah, it was a little loose. Still a little loose. There we go. I mean, there was quite a bit of play there. I mean, now we're tight. So I guess I understand why they had that backed off. Let me try backing it off a little bit. I mean, long, slender. Yep, very comfortable. VG10 steel, micarta, deep carry pocket clip. Well, let's get in it. Let's see what's going on the inside. Ooh, that's a long screw, man. It's got some Loctite on it too. There's a second one. Let me see if this will fit in there. It will not. Let me try another one I got. No, sir. Well, let's just get back to business. Okay. Well, that scale should come off there now. Yep, non-adjustable. I think I'm going to have to take that clip off to get that other scale off the other side. Yep. And then this is, everything's held together with another screw in between the two scales here. Should be a longer screw, I'm guessing. Yep, goes all the way through. And I know how much y'all like to see these slide locks, plunge locks, whatever, taken apart. So we're going to do it. Let's just take it apart, man. Only because I see enough fingerprints and stuff in here that, I mean, to be honest, clearly the knife's never been carried, but I think I can clean it all up in here and make it present better, and potentially it will run better. Let's get the blade out of there. I mean, that explains a lot. It's on washers. So this side had, both sides have a steel I said steel, but it is not steel. It's some type of Teflon. They're Teflon. It's black, but they have Teflon washers and then steel washers. Yeah. Now or bronze washers. Interesting. And then this is a little insert for the pocket clip. I'm guessing because you could put it either side. And then it's got grease all over everything. So, man, we're going to clean this thing up and then see if we can't improve that action. And yeah, I'm going to get all that grease up off there. I'll put a lighter coat of oil on it. And now I will say, I mean, the knife's going to go over to timber's edge. And so if you decide to go over there and pick it up, be aware it doesn't have the factory grease in it no more. It's got lighter oil in it. Now, the significance to that, I would think, is that this grease has probably better longevity properties. You know, like whether you maintenance the knife or not, that stuff's probably going to last much longer as a lubricant in this knife than that light oil. Eventually, that light oil will even evaporate, would be my guess. So, just to be aware. I do think there's a good chance, though, that I'm going to make it run better. All right, let's clean up these Teflons. Can't say I'm super familiar with this black Teflon like this. I say Teflon, but I don't know that to be true. Let me back that statement up. I'll tell you that the washer itself is flexible, and that's why it's making me think it's Teflon. It's definitely not metal. So at this point, it's kind of a mystery what it is. What it is. Yeah. All right, let's get these off the blade. And man, they are on lockdown. These bronze washers. And look at this goop. I mean, that's that's not optimum. That's for sure. It's a hot mess. This one's so frozen I can't even get it off the knife. Stuck. I mean, that's not running at this point. Let's see if we can't get all that cleaned off of there because that's nasty. And it's that sticky grease, like I don't know, like transmission fluid sticky. I'm gonna get a little more cleaner because I thought it was scarred, but I don't think it's scarred. I just think that it's funky enough that it's forcing me to really rub on it to get that off. See it on there? So I got some more cleaner. Let's rub a dub. I mean, it's almost completely gone from that side. Let me try the other side. Yeah, same. It's just dirty, funky grease, man. All right. I'm good with that. Well, now let's clean these washers, and then I'm gonna polish them. But I want to clean them first because they have that same funky grease on them. And man, are these thin? Woo! They are thin to win. Nasty. It's a good washer system. I mean, with these holes in it, It's going to retain lubrication in between them. Let me find my purple belt here. And we're going to polish them up. There it is. There's no burr on there. It was smooth as silk running across that belt. Yep. Let's do the other side. A little bit of a burr on that side, but it was tiny. I mean, a couple of strokes, it was gone. Yeah, very nice. Let's do this one. Yeah, pretty smooth on this side. Just the tiniest little burr on this side. I say it's a burr, and to be honest, it's that grease side, so it could just be the funkiness of that. I had to cut through it because, I mean, it just took like a 1 or 2 strokes on that belt, and it's gone. Yeah, very smooth. Runs really well now. All right. Well, I do think I'm also going to put just the slightest little tension on this pocket clip, and I'm going to do that now while I'm thinking about it. I mean, very just slight amount of tension on it. I just need to get a grip on it right there, and I'm going to bend it over. There we go. No more than that. All right, well, let's put it together. We're going to try to build up. So, notice I did not clean the grease off of this. I wanted to leave that intact. I don't want to sling oil all over this if I don't have to. The scales don't, on this one, the scales don't have to go on. They were part of the last part to go on this knife. And so, I do think I want to put that scale on though. I just need to figure out which way does that screw run through these scales. And something tells me I've got the wrong scale there. So let's back up. No, that's going to be right. Yeah, that rough finish is going to be out. The fine finish will be in. And so I've got this screw and the back spacer. Let's put that in. This is one of those you're going to get to watch me walk my way through a Chinese puzzle. Yep, that's not correct. Okay. Well, that tells me what's up. And that means that this has to go here. reason being is because that screw screws into that other scale. Yep, like so. So I think I can build up from this side. I believe I can do that. So I'm going to try. I think I can put this on. Hold on. I can put the scale on. Let me take this off. We're going to come in from the other side. I know, I'm lost. Don't follow me. Cut your own path, because I don't know where I'm going. There we go. Dippity-doo-dah. All right. Now, what I need to decide is... Let me put this stop pin in. What I need to decide is how I want to do these washers. I think the way that I'm trying to remember, but I think the Teflon goes to the liner. Well, that's the way they had it. They had the Teflon to the liner, so I'm going to do that. Teflon to the liner. And then bronze. To the blade. Okay. I'm going to pull that stop pin because I can drop it in. And right now it's just in my way. Yep, I can drop it in. But I do want this to be pinned in there. There you are. Now, I'm not going to lock this super tight, but I'm going to catch it like so. Now I can drop my stop pin in there. Yep. And I can put my spring back on, which will help stabilize everything. Have equal tension on both sides of that. There we go. Now I got to figure out this pocket clip thingamajiggy. It's going to have a spacer on one side and a clip on the other. No, never mind. That goes in there like so. And then the pocket clip screws down on top of that. Well, I hate to say it, but I may end up having to take the knife apart to figure this out. I hope not. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I do think I can tighten this now. And, ooh, hold on. Not yet. I gotta get this pin in there. It's like a lanyard pin. Yeah, I think tweezers are in order. All right. I think I gotta back that screw out just a little bit. Probably should have done this right the first time, right? Now that popped out of there a little bit. So let's figure out how to push that back in there. Okay. We're on the home stretch. Yep, everything's going together well. I don't want to jinx it though, because there's still a few components left here. That felt pretty good. I think we might be over tight. Oh, 100% we are. Yeah, nice. Nice. Well, let's get this pocket clip home. And it just goes over the back of the knife with the screw down into that recessed piece. Reese's Pieces. No, that's not. Nice. Okay. Whew. I mean, kind of a marathon. Where are we at? 32 minutes. Yeah, wonderful. All right. Let's talk about this action. Action. There. Hold on. See a little smudge on the blade. Let's get rid of that. If I was watching, it would drive me nuts. My eye would just be stuck on that smudge. Yeah, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Yep. Wonderful little slow roll. Spidey flick. Thumb flick. He's got that fuller. Not so much. But really nice little slow roll as well out there. I mean, I'm going to give the action like a B+. I mean, it's good, solid action. I mean, it's on washers, so you know what? I'll probably bump it up to an A-. It's pretty good action for washer action. Pretty solid. May have to Loctite this because I believe that came loose on me just now from functioning it. We'll see. If it's loose again, then I may put a little dab of Loctite on it. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's solid. Ergonomics, really nice in hand. Wonderful jimping. I mean, not quite combat, man, but just short of combat jimping. Really sharp, really digs in, and there's a lot of it. It goes, like my thumb lands right here, and I still have almost an inch so I can get out there. Yeah, very nice. Lots of jimping. No choke up spot. Doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not a big choke up on the knife person. Excellent reverse grip that I can cap with my thumb. Very powerful grip here. And then, of course, it's got this all day long, man. This is nice uptight. Woo! Yeah, wonderful defensive piece right there. Yeah, good action. Let's check the pocket clip. Now, I put a little tension on it, so we'll see. Thick stuff, can I get it over there? Yeah. Yeah, and it's a dryer clip. I mean, that thing could tumble around the dryer for hours. Pull them out of the dryer, and that'd be right there. Should have good tension here. Yeah. It's got reasonable tension. It's not a dryer clip in standard jean size material, but it's pretty good. Yeah, nice solid, long, deep clip. It doesn't really reveal the substantial nature of the knife. it's almost a large knife. It's so slender it makes me think it's not, but yeah, that's a long piece. Yep. What about safety? We make any blade contact? I mean, almost a full backspacer, so we're definitely protected there. The tip is recessed nice, so clip's good, tip's good, and I can handle this knife any way I want, and I'm not going to run the risk of connecting with that sharp part. And yeah, that detent provided by those springs is good. Hold that blade in pretty solid. Let's take a look at that VG10 steel now. Yeah, crazy sharp from the factory. Good job. Price and availability. Okay, so this one will be available on Timber's Edge Knives. And I believe it's going to be in the 80 to $90 range. If you've got a discount code, maybe you're down around $80 for it. Yep, pretty cool. All right. That screw didn't come loose yet, so I don't think I'm going to Loctite it. But if you decided to pick this knife up, be aware you may, you know what? It kind of did, so I'll put a dab of Loctite on that screw. Yep. Okay, well, I put a little dab on it, put it back together. I'm not going to run it. Of course, I'll let the knife sit for at least 24 or 48 hours, and that'll set that screw. And yeah, should be good to go. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching.